Well, alright then. Hello everybody. It's Tuesday again, so the first one after my horror foray in the Proton Flat League for Season 3, so hopefully these will open back up every once in a while and I'll have a consistent schedule. So, welcome to Session 4 of our Wrath of the Cortex 106% playthrough. Last time we actually started relic runs, and as far as textures actually started messing up on me, I checked to make sure what we had so far. At this point, we have 11 of the 30 relics in the game. We have 2 sapphires, 7 gold, and 2 platinums. So this session is mainly going to be collecting more of them just so we can get them out of the way. Possibly starting bonus levels this session. I don't know. We'll see. That might be for Thursday, but... Hello, everybody. How you doing? I see you there, Ken. How's it going, my dude? Getting started here with Tsunami, the Coco level. Not exactly much of a level, so I imagine time is probably going to be rather short. I think the main thing here for a platinum is actually trying your best to get all the boxes in the scooter section. Probably see as we continue on here. Oh man, has it been a week? As I stated at the start of the stream, I had Proton Flat League Season 3 playoffs on Friday. I remember Team Soul, we kind of ended up losing early, rusty quarters, but you know what? It's whatever. As a team, we made it to the playoffs, and that's kind of the big deal, so I'm proud of my team. I'm just trying to think of other things that may have happened in between Thursday and our session now. I see Cuphead's coming out on PS4 now, so it's out on pretty much every possible console, which is neat. Sources last night ended up looking like the DLC was coming up, but apparently we gotta wait on that, so don't know how that's gonna go, but I guess anything to give me an excuse to actually finally beat King Dice and the Devil in that game. And we gotta go. That's okay. The status of the relics do not actually matter in this game, so all that matters is that they physically exist and we have all of them for completion. And now back to Smokey and the Bandicoot. That level that also gave me so much trouble as I missed the clock, and we're already continuing on with things like this. I see the curse for this level continues even after we got the box gem and spent like half an hour just trying to do that. Let's keep the engagement going. How have things been for you today, chat? How was your week? Anything interesting happen? blocked. It's not even a matter of position at this point, it's just the fact that you are literally slowing me down, so... Thankfully, the Jeep is so slowly that you can avoid dying and pit like that. And I'm surprised extra lives don't spawn in time trial, so I got that life back, and everything's okay. As seemingly right now, we seem to have gotten the platinum, and I don't remember it being that easy, but again, textures are probably messing up with me, as this very authentic GameCube will prove. Very authentic. Nope, okay, that is actually a platinum. I know these sessions haven't been the smoothest, at least trying to run this here on Dolphin. I went in and changed some settings today. It seems to be going a bit better than usual, so hoping that trend continues on. Also noticed last session we dropped frames, which I think is the first time it's happened since I've started doing this again. I hope that doesn't happen anymore either. As we go into this ball rolling level here, back to Estomorov. Like the other ball rolling levels, this one's pretty straightforward. It's just, I guess the main thing is trying to get control of the ball once you're going non-stop top speed, because it can be pretty unruly. Also, making sure we don't die during the time trial is probably also useful. As Dingle Die always seems to get one on me every time we come here, so... let's hope that is the only time that happens. Yep. That totally fell out. I think I totally attacked that before. As we fall in the pit. If I'm getting quiet, I'm just gonna pass that off as me trying to chill in the music as we try to focus on getting these relics, as well as for some new interesting topics to pop up in chat. Might have worked in my favor, because that Mandigo dog could not actually strike me right there. I'm almost certain he's going to get me there too, because that's usually where he gets me. Whoa! That could have ended in disaster. And we crashed into a nitro box right at the very end. Well, I guess we wanted a mulligan. So mulligans we shall go. Still thinking around. Not sure what I can stream really after this. It's still been on my mind and I haven't really decided yet. Might have to ask around about that at some point. Not gonna lie, I actually expected this to take longer than it should have. Even after we missed like 3 sessions? At this point, we're still like 2 months off from actual Crash 4 happening, so I don't know, maybe one day I'll stream probably messing with that one Donald Duck game that kinda plays like Crash Bandicoot. As simple as that is, that's probably something I can do in 1-2 hour sitting if I don't go for everything. And then we'll see from there. Other things I currently have in my hands with this legitimate GameCube here. I kind of wanted to do some of the EA Sports games from back then because those have story modes, but it would kind of not be fun because all those soundtracks are super copyright. So trying to play those for 2 hours with no actual music would honestly get kind of boring. I kind of rely on music because I feel like I cannot, well, I can't say I perfectly cannot, but I guess don't trust myself to completely carry commentary like that for 2 hours with like nothing on the docket in the background going on. I feel like if there was ever a chance of that happening, I would need a co-comment. And that's even if it happens. I'm also considering it, but that would technically also be cheating with doing a run for 100% run for Battle for Bikini Bottom or Hydra to get all the golden spatulas, because that's something I've never done before. I didn't do it for the original either, because getting all 80 socks is kind of a chore, as is Kelp Forest. But the remake at least makes Kelp Forest slightly more tolerable, as it also makes certain things more aggravating, but I think, honestly, making Kelp Forest more tolerable is a big plus. So that might be a good way to drive into doing that. I've gotten to the end twice now where it died in a pit, so let's actually focus. quite like a recording space. Yes. Yes, I speak English very good. Such a majestic language we speak. No, it wasn't just stolen from like 5 other core values. Not at all. How does this language work? I'm honestly surprised they let me get that 3-second box. Honestly, didn't do much for waiting though, because the timer is still going right now. Goodness, that hitbox is not because I was about to be terrified. That was a sapphire, I think. Alright, no big deal. Because again, oh my god, it's actually a benefit that actual colors for relics do not matter in this game, unlike any other Crash game before. Ah, such a great thing that it doesn't actually matter. Because then we would have had situations like me, like when I did Crash 3, actually before deciding to do Wrath of Cortex, and having the situation of missing the golds by like literal frames, which is not fun. Although I am being reminded how poorly the jetpack controls right now. This thing is loose. I forgot how bad this controls. Did anybody actually like this gimmick in Crash 2? I am not sure. Also a question that we're in a live volcano, but somehow the ceiling is also dangerous as well as the floor. I don't know, it's just it's things you think about. Inner icy thoughts, I guess. Don't think we can get away with recording that. Nice laser. Yep. Gotta remember that this is the stage with some of the most wonky hitboxes in the game, so we'll be dealing with those while trying to rush through the stage because high points. Aren't those just the best aspects of games? Sniped by lasers. Gosh, in this thing, there's still a water level left we haven't gotten the relic for. That's also gonna be fun, he said sarcastically. Right. The tornado spin actually uses this thing. That's awkward. It looks so hokey. So basically you're now actual survival. Back to the invisible crate, which only appears like twice in this entire game. Gosh, this power up is so useless. I saw there was a box in there. I'm just taking the mask and running, which is why we died to the lava. You gotta be dead center and hope those patterns work, because if you don't, you're probably gonna get the down off the hitbox. That is most of this stage. I'm pretty sure that's actually a prize to most of this game. This game is far from perfect. Oh well. Well then, I see my spin did not want to break that box, so I ended up getting Mario blocked by it and then dying as a result. Gosh, the software for this time was for this stage was 2 minutes. Thankfully not Crash 1 remake off, but that's kind of lengthy off of then I swerved super hard into a nitro. As we continue to do this way. Alright. Again, why those headers have to be like so quick if you're trying to do. They feel like they offset too. That's also not fun. Could be wrong about that. Hitboxes. I was nervous about that happening, and then the one time I don't expect it to happen, it actually starts happening. Now I'm curious how many different obstacles I've died to trying to just get this one relic. I'm pretty sure that almost would have been a new one. Hi, Three Master Gamers. Thanks for showing up. Vulgar, in my case, would probably be like the more heavy-duty slayers. No, honestly, I wrote those rules years ago, and I feel like I've gotten kind of lax on it since. So probably end up changing those at some point. Same goes for auto mod actually, because usually auto mod also catches those. Not that you really have anything to worry about anyway. I'm pretty small time, so I'm also just gonna probably be pretty chill. guess, but welcome everybody. Sorry, I've kind of been rather silent. I am trying to focus because we've been on this one stage in particular a little too long. But rather hope we get the relic sooner rather than later, because I'm actually tired of being here. Mainly because of the jetpack. And these lasers are not helping in the slightest. Yeah. In a game that, in a world where mostly everybody kind of passes on this game, I still really like it. It's probably more nostalgia than anything else because this game really does have flaws when you look at it critically, but wow. Okay, I didn't get the crash one death that time. I got the angel. That's different. Jetpack. Let's hope we don't actually die to something this time. I almost died to that. Different kind of hit for that. Oh gosh. Ugh, what do I do when the ZX is being used against me in a 2D section of all places? Also not trying to take damage to this, I should take damage to this. Gosh, I don't remember this level going on for this long. Thankfully we are right at it. I could have sworn it was a bit shorter than that. That is a goal. Cool. Thanks for stopping by as always. So we have 15 of the 25 relics now into another Coco level. I just got reminded Coco does not get the double jump. Because she doesn't get any of the powers outside of the crash dash, and I guess the super belly flop. Not that I'll ever see that in action, because it was the optional power-up, and my gosh. Did never think there would be an optional power-up in the Crash game. Oh good, I take a hit only for another match to be right at the bottom of the hill. Right before this session. The gates do not matter, so well, my time box probably here. Yeah, it is kind of weird for her to actually just, you know, be straight up playable in this game versus Crash 3 and not get any of the powers. Never really understood why. Something I'm glad the Insane Trilogy ends up fixing. Which I'm guessing Crash 4 is also going to continue. That's one of the goals. Yeah, only a few times, but hey, sprinkling her throughout the entire game. She even is technically going to be the character we finish the game as, because she's in a couple of the bonus levels too. Oh wait, is this the one that's going to start off as a drag? I think I remembered. Yep. And now the moment I was most dreading. A time trial where you were going to come to an absolute crawl. And the crash dash doesn't even work on the handlebars. Gosh. Like, these were not this slow in Crash 3. I know those were Naughty Dog games and these aren't, but how it was already kind of formulated for it to not be this slow. And then you just kind of like, yeah, we're gonna just make this a crawl anyway. That invincibility is gonna be nice for this run though. Well, it was going to be nice if I actually made it all the way through. And now I'm rushing things. I'd say that's a fair assessment. The stage's gimmicks aside, including the ones I really hate, like all the water levels, but the bosses are also incredibly boring in this game. All of them will always feel like they have some factor of RNG to them. I feel like that's just a matter of fact of how they made the bosses in this game. Especially like the first boss. And sometimes the third boss. look at an effort. It might be smart to try probably slide jumping and seeing what happens. Just to give that at least an attempt. It's like, even with all these boxes though, getting to that section still takes 45 seconds. Why did they make these such a drag? And we're gonna have to deal with another one of these later. Oh god, that was the time I made it. And now, the other annoying part of this level, trying to do time trials in the mech suit. Including this horrible aiming reticle. What's that to that? I don't know why I'm holding the trigger down, just making the crash dash to actually work with this thing. I got a little too close for comfort there. I'm actually surprised none of those projectiles actually hit me. Oh gosh, don't do that. That's why. Yeah, as creative as I think the gimmicks do get this game, some of them have glaring issues, like the mech suit, because of that delay when you're not moving and trying to jump. Like, the jump spot animation makes sense, but it slows it down way too much. Alright, I think I've learned. Slide jumping is the way to go for that. Don't know why he jump squatted there, considering I was not in this standstill. And again, I'm holding down the trigger link. I'm expecting the crash dash to work. Hey, we really just let that time box be. Just mess for the power cover. Hi, Azure. Yes, I am running Droid Void. And you'll never guess how many times I've already died in this run. So think about how many times I've had to do the handlebars over. There's no point in me actually trying to go for that box. Oh my goodness, we're at the end. What is this worth? Sapphire. That is not a huge surprise, but oh my gosh. I'm glad colors do not matter in this game. Because I would not want to have to go through that again just to try to get a gold or platinum. Yeah, the jetpack is also rough. Didn't exactly like it in Crash 2 either. For mostly the same reasons.
Coco, Cortex has assembled an armada of space stations that are ready to strike the planet. Use the lasers on your ship to destroy them.
And back to shooting levels, which means terrible sound mixing upwards. And apparently this game having one of the weirdest relic times I've ever seen, because it's not even. I didn't know any better, I actually call that a death time. I keep crashing into it, so things are going to happen. Watch this be the one I fail. You know what, Azure? I'm just going to point it off as being close enough to Earth for gravity to matter. So they are falling through the atmosphere. I'm not gonna waste any more logic on it than that. Oh my gosh, I did not know it was the other villains in the freaking enemy strips in the game. I thought they were just the lab coat guys. I think this is the first time I've ever actually noticed that. Just seeing Engine and Dingodile go by like that. Well, I guess we got the answer to the only time seeing Engine in this game. Because we thought it was just the Jeep level, but apparently not. And, oh gosh, water level. Huh. Yeah, you do get to fight them. As Coco. Oh, great. We're back in the sub. My first question, I was like, okay, where's the clock? I am looking for the clock. I am not surprised all these enemies are annoying to deal with. That is pretty much true for any level involving the sub. For a multitude of reasons. For example, what happened there in this sub's abnormally large hitbox? What helps is this is at least a level with the nice music outside of H2O, but H2O is also a half platform. So I also get that. This level has like nice music, and then we stop using the subway halfway through. But it's the whole level is still a water level, so why? I guess the good news is once we actually get rid of the submarine in this level, we actually just get to cheese the second half of the level, because the dead tornado spin actually works underwater in this game, so... Oh, trust me, that's the answer we all the question we all asked, and the answer they gave us was multiverse theory. So they still happen and they still exist, but new timeline. Which they're at least hinting at in the actual game itself, so I'm just hoping we actually get to see maybe a cameo from Crunch or Nina, because those are the two post-Naughty Dog characters I care about most. Oh, those small fish are so annoying. A lot of the enemies in this game are super annoying. As are those mines, because you can get blindsided by them way too often. Like, almost happened there. There's an octopus. Also like those fishes, because they just kind of ram you. As we're starting to get with no mask. Pretty much. Shoot, what was the time? I don't even remember what the relic time was. This might actually be a stage where we missed the relic time. Oh, finally though, we're out of the sub. Honestly, those two games are probably the ones worth remaking. And I kind of am saddened to see them not actually do it, but at this point we've also gotten 4 remakes at this point. And that's not even counting the Spiral Trilogy, which also got remade, so I'm waiting for a new game for him too, because at this point I would assume it's going to happen. That's like 15 seconds in time stoppage. Gravity still applies to those in the water. The warp is nearby. We are almost done with this level. Huzzah, we're out. Oh my soul, we missed the time! We gotta do the level over! That actually hurts to see. Yeah! Hoping this is the only level I have to deal with this on. Remember that happening like 2 different times for me in Crash 3, but... Oh boy. Now I'm actually curious what the actual strat is to actually even get the sapphire for this. Boy, it's definitely not that because I got caught in the wall. As always, these enemies can be annoying. Like, sometimes they're too easy, but then they're in the sub, so things get like a million times more difficult. Okay, guess I wasn't allowed to get that box. This is the level that's probably going to make me the most paranoid about time trials at this point forward. Thankfully, it is the last water level, I'm pretty sure, because I don't think there's one of the bonus levels, but... If you're gonna try it out for yourself, I would enable you to be cautious, because the main thing about the mech for me is that it is extremely clunky, both in trying to actually maneuver it and trying to aim the gun. Especially trying to aim the gun. And then I missed all the boxes. I just got this mess. I really do not want to lose it, but at this point, I am pretty sure we are also not going to go this time either. That was a lucky break with that fish. You know what, Azure, you might honestly be correct, so we might have to see what happens. Thank goodness I had that mask, but now we are a one-hit wonder again, so... I think in terms of time, we are doing better than when we got here the first time, so we might be okay. And it helps that they just kind of just give you two masks right here, so the rest of the level is kind of set. Just as long as you remember to keep spamming the button. Why are there lives here? So we're making good time because we're still like roughly 7 seconds before that time. Thank you, Mine. That is a sapphire, but I'm gonna take it anyway because this level is a chore. I am honestly thankful to be out of it. So, probably one of the least favorite levels, my personal favorite, Wuthering Heights. This one shouldn't be too hard to do. It's a normal level. Outside of past like the first checkpoint, there being more handlebars, so that's gonna be slow. but other than that, we should be fine. What? 3 master games I don't actually stream that often. I actually just wanted to do this in preparation for Crash 4, so I decided let's stream it for sessions. I'm actually going to try to do things a little more reasonably from this point forward, so I'll see what happens. I guess to describe myself, I'm probably variety though, based on past streams I've done. That anyway. It's not that big a deal anyway because it's why are you like all the way off screen? Because I know I still have a mask, but you're just not showing up. Wow! They moved the invisibility box? Because I do not remember it being this late. That is probably something they actually do. Oh, ow. Thank goodness I had 2 masks. That was also a sapphire. That's alright, no harm, no foul. Thankfully, we are almost done with all the base relics, so we might actually start seeing some of the bonus levels this session. We've got 5 relics left to go. Really? 145 for the sapphire, considering how long this level tends to be? That seems rather unforgiving, actually. Right, and the clock is after the first session, so you could still technically die before you get there. As we get 2 lives that are pointless right before it. As I'm also reminded myself not to slide jump everywhere, and then I get reckless and do things like that. As lava is instant kill in this game, because not even mad saves you. Guess I'll disconnect that 3-second box, whatever. Yes, that is the Death Tornado spin. You can mash square. It works on the ground too, but in air it actually slowly descends your jump, so you can stay in the air a bit longer. Pretty useful for speedrun strats. Permitting it wants to work. Oh! I like how I keep saying Square. This is actually multi-platform. I am actually using Dolphin for this, so we are technically playing the GameCube version. I say Square because the get around for that is me using my DualShock 4, which is handy. And I guess also muscle memory because I play the Instant Trilogy from the PS4. Thankfully, I decided to not do the PS2 version, even though I'm pretty sure through emulators it probably would have been easy enough to get the greatest hits version, which thankfully keeps the load times down because the original release is bad with load time. So very terrible. Like if I knew it was possible, I probably would have done the Xbox version because that's technically the best version of the Cortex. The remastered games, I actually think it is still called Crash 4 in Japan, and it has the subtitles still. And Azure, yeah, I actually think the Dead Tornado Spin does have hiccups like that sometimes, because as we all know, as much as we love these games are not perfect. As far as I'm aware, it's probably going to be even weirder for them because I'm pretty sure they're also switching publishers. Because Wrath of Cortex was published by Konami in Japan, and the N.C. Trilogy was published by Sega. So I wonder who the actual publisher for Crash 4 is going to be for them. Yeah, it's always been really strange. Alright, we didn't actually die there. Let's not dodge up the kamikaze birds. That's a mask, that'll be useful. Those flips actually are messing me up a bit because they actually slightly keep you in the air a bit longer as we're going to play Donkey Kong. Now if only this was Donkey Kong 94 so I could just cheese this entire section with the side flip and the handstand. Gosh, this camera angle. Stop that, movies. second I could have had it, which probably would have been nice. Lots of gold. Yeah, it's always kind of been that kind of thing, surprisingly enough. Don't know why they do it that way, but oh gosh, 215. Figures the king of box totals would also be the level with one of the longest sapphire times. And I'm almost exclusively betting because it's because of the 2 handlebar sessions. I can speak. Ugh. Alright, let's get started. This is gonna be a while. I'm actually curious how many times I'm actually gonna die before we actually do a good run. He says get invincibility right at the start. I see why they let the mask actually not disappear when you activate clocks in this game, because invincibility is kind of a joke. Really doesn't make you any faster in this game, and it lasts half as long as it usually should. I hear a raid. Hi there, Crash. How you doing, buddy? Saw you were streaming before me. You were doing a co-op session of DKC, right? How did that go? But welcome those of you from Crash's stream. This is our 4th session of trying the 106% Wrath of Cortex. We are currently doing a time trial run for the Relics in this game, and we are on Gold Rush in the 5th Warp Room, so we've almost gotten all of the main Relics. But the problem is that these handlebar sections are here, and these are kind of a drag, so trying to do them during time trials is kind of boring. I see, we're doing DKC co-op. I'm assuming that was through NSO, so I'm hoping lag didn't get to you guys too badly. Okay, invincibility a second time in this level. I'm not complaining. Though I missed all those boxes, and I'm pretty sure there were time boxes in there. I might as well not even bother trying to go for those. Okay, that's good. Good to hear it didn't give you too much trouble. If I don't get hit here, I can get invincibility a 3rd time, which is honestly amazing. That they give you invincibility this many times. You come in here with 2 masks to start. Though we were on the handlebars, so that invincibility just kind of ended up not mattering. This should at least be a sapphire, because I'm pretty sure the time was 2:35. Yeah, it was a sapphire. Thankfully, we haven't had to do too many levels over. There was only one situation where we got to the end and didn't get a relic. Hasn't stopped us from dying a whole bunch, though. 3 relics left. And the last ball rolling level that's not a bonus level. Pretty much, we're basically past the worst of it. Gosh, I am actually upset the GameCube version did not get the loading screens that the PS2 and Xbox version did. The animation of Crash actually falling. I realize it doesn't need it because those load times aren't nearly as long, but it was at least neat. Also help the load to make sure the load times aren't as boring as they are, because looking at a black screen with green text is kind of boring. Oh my gosh, I did not expect to pick up that much speed. I just realized, even before I died, Azure, thanks for the follow. Then again, I just realized they do not allow masks on this stage. Because we started with 2, and I realized, even before I fell into that pit, which wouldn't have mattered anyway, that we didn't have the mask. So, should have realized this during the base game too, but I don't know why I'm just picking up on it during the time trials, where again, it will most likely not matter. Most things in these stages don't really hurt you anyway. They're rather just kind of like things to impede your progress. Crashing into a nitro box. And apparently also missing the time clock. I think that this level is not really that bad, since once we also hit the clock, that kind of also just eliminates most of the challenge. Most of the challenge. Honestly, I find the hamster ball to be one of the least offensive gimmicks, if not the least offensive. Since the physics aren't really terribly muddled for it. It's just the fact that the first boss fight uses this thing, and that's where all the problems appeared. I'm actually surprised they gave that to me, but they're not going to give that to me. To be honest, I'm surprised I survived the fall. we start downhill at the beginning of this level. And we get all that momentum only for it to not matter because you have to instantly slow down. I guess I can add this. I'm doing this because I'm looking forward to Crash 4, but as we enter technically the last third of whatever 2020 has been, any games left you guys are looking forward to this year? Realize that's not as much, especially since Nintendo has basically giving up and has announced nothing. I've still technically got the Tony Hawk remakes and Crash 4 left on my docket. Also looking forward to Captain Tsubasa next month, so I can get something that is at least somewhat close to Mario Strikers or something to fill that void. Pretty sure we actually want to be on the top half of this because the bottom is just nothing but nitros, and that's kind of an issue. It's waiting, sure, but ultimately I think it needs to pass faster. Also, because there were like 12 seconds of time cranes up here. Oh, gotta slog through this anyway. As timing is actually being a very good brick wall right now. I keep this up and I'm pretty sure I'm not even gonna get a relic. I think that pretty much sealed the fate, so let's just restart this one. Love how it's that section with all the extra electrical doodads that kind of just are like, yeah, we're gonna take the frame rate now. Considering this is the level that kind of mostly stays at 60, minus the few times the frame dips. That's another thing about this game. Well, the frame rate changes constantly. Sometimes it wants to run at 60. And then a lot of the time it's just like, we can't handle it, so we're going to do 30 instead as we get pushed to our death. And then there are other times where it decides we can't even hit 30. Oh my gosh, my dude. You don't have to do this to me. But what's good, my dude? I got carried by my teammates, I'm not gonna lie. I've always felt this way, as I'm sure if any of them are watching right now, they are probably gonna scold me specifically. But no. How's it been hanging, my dude? Restaurant, huh? Oh, going out there, the food is worth the wait, my dude. gosh. Probably for the best, because I realized how much slower I got there compared to the last time. Honda does not help either. I'm actually surprised that counts as a hill. I think that part of the level design is just a wee bit uneven. Alright, we got here at roughly the same time, but definitely with a little bit more waiting, so the time is going to be a little bit higher than usual, but we'll make it. Or I can suddenly just catch speed like that and just go flying to my death. At this point I have to wonder how much of it is a recording curse and how much of it is just me being an idiot. I gotta make the joke every stream, I swear I played this game before. That much is true. I'm pretty sure the trophy blind part of this will be when we get to the last couple of bonus levels. Because I've at least seen some of them, but I do not remember all of them. Fair, I haven't really gotten both gems in any of the bonus levels in this game either, so that's also going to be a fun learning experience. How fortunate. It's like I lose time in certain runs, but then I gain it back in other ways. I guess that's just the nature of a time trial, honestly. And you just heard my explanation of why I'm never actually going to be a speedrunner. Because of how inconsistent I am. Might actually go in the right way. I think I might have gotten lost. I think I actually ended up getting lost. That's also the reason why I'm not a speedrunner. I haven't memorized keys to the T yet. Like, my mind keeps fresh for enough of it, but not all of it. And then you get to the point where I don't remember stuff, and that's when I fail. actually smart. I actually started slowing down there. That's right. Also, hi there, Par. How are you today? Surprisingly enough, I got here faster than I did last time. Ah, the current pastime. Watching YouTube videos that are an hour long. Thank you, sir. I think I might have actually remembered this time, though. So, let's see. That I did. Then I found some new entirely way to mess it up. Didn't think I was gonna do that. Again, I have to ask, how much of this is recording curse and how much is this actually me being an idiot? Pretty sure that one was actually just me being stupid, like I know I am. To answer your question, 3 Master Gamer, what's different is that all the versions technically are missing a song except for the PS2 version, but even then, the PS2 version soundtrack is incomplete in different ways. I do not know Azure, but I'm not going to question it. It is going to be the hands that be. Beneficial nonsense is still beneficial. Yes, it does. It's mainly the medieval levels that get caught with this nonsense, because the bonus level that we'll be dealing with is also supposed to have its own song that doesn't play in certain versions. I think that's the PAL version though, so we'll see how that goes. Oh, I see why. I forgot it. It bevel curves there. That's why I caught too much speed and ended up flying out like an idiot. Lot of gold for that. It is a really weird property this game has. This game is very quirky. Sometimes to its benefit, mostly to its detriment. Man, platinum is in it. That's kind of rough. I was kind of close though. Crap, we're back in the mech suit again. I just realized. We are back in the mech suit. That threw me off actually. So I just kind of wasted a mass. But I question, those boxes are behind the clock, so why did they turn into time boxes? You're right, because it's also a chase level, but... And because we can't get enough of these handlebars. Okay, I actually question what happened there. I am utterly confused about that. That's right, Spitznator did do that. I forgot. It's funny that I forgot already, considering I did Crash 3 right before this. I'm not paying attention and forgot there were handlebars there too. Gosh! So many handlebars! I feel like the problem is that they are so slow in this game. It wouldn't be that big of a deal if they weren't this much of a drag. Because again, Droid Void took 45 seconds as I pressed the A button one too many times. It's just like the handlebar section in that and the time trial. The time trial took 45 seconds. I raise you any of the water levels in this game that does not H2O no. Because, like, all of them are really bad. And the reason I say H2O no gets a pass is because halfway through it becomes a regular platforming level. Alright, you got me there. You got me there. Though the submarine is kind of a flavor of bad that is so intolerable. To me, Droid Void only gets really bad when you actually have to rush through it. The water levels are just kind of bad all the time to me. Thank goodness for double jumps. Too bad it didn't save me there. That one surprisingly was actually the fact that there was a time limit between when I could spin again. Thanks, handlebars. We're just gonna do this to save option now. Gosh, this level also has a ton of waiting. I imagine that changes once we actually get to the chase sequence. But man, with the mech suits, all the parts of the levels are just drags. If they did, I don't know why they don't add the green back, because that at least lets you know when they were active and were about to change, because they also flash. Of course, that's what I died to. It does not make sense how the handlebars make you move this slow. Honestly, I don't actually remember the credentials of how much dev time this game had, but it couldn't have been more than a year. Okay, if we're not getting in that box, sure. Yeah, this game definitely needs more time. I still don't get why Lonnie spawned in the time trial mode. That still baffles me. Because it's not like you're losing any once the clock is active, but they aren't afraid to give you more. Again, sometimes this game has weird quirks to its benefit. I think I will count that as one time it is actually to its benefit. Because you also do not lose mask in time trials in this game. Thankfully. Which means you can cheese some levels by getting invincibility when you're not supposed to. That one happened to be depth perception. Actually kind of meant to be like that. Funnily enough, that was a gold. Did not feel like it. That felt like a sapphire time, but I am not complaining. $140 for sapphire on the last level, the last main level, the Cortex Vortex. I am probably going to be smart to move this out a little bit before I actually die. Don't know if I'm going to change the cycles, but... Yeah, the Cortex Vortex is at least a nice, decent platforming level that's a little challenging, actually, if you're not careful. Right, I got hit, so I didn't have 2 masks, I only had 1. So, no invincibility cheats here. Yet. Although, gosh, I am actually thankful when games do that. I'm not gonna lie, I actually disoriented myself there because I'm pretty sure I pressed the slide button only to not see a slide come out, so I thought I slid to the enemy. Okay, you know what, this time I am actually because I wasn't the first time we got it. I would not be surprised if this game pulled that, where you had to actually just straight up wait and just like do cheat strats like that to get a platinum. I know Crash 3 kinda had something like that, where you had to like cheat using the Death Tornado spin just to make time to get platinums that way. I'm gonna have to bite the bullet because I want to save time by just spinning it, but if the Nitro Beach is running, I might as well just double jump it. Yes, such as Sphinxinator, because those cycles are terrible. I am actually surprised I missed the clock. But that time the spin worked. Okay. I feel like that's just true because Gold Rush is abnormally long as a level, which is also why it has probably the highest box count the entire series. And I'll be surprised if it holds that after actual Crash 4 comes out, considering I've seen some of the box totals in that game so far, and some of them get pretty close. Pretty sure in the demo build, all of the 3 levels in the game had a box total that was over 150. Also, yeah, they just give you invincibility here. Guess they wanted you to go on a bang. I'll take the Sapphire. It is the last regular level, but it's still like, you haven't done this all game and you just decided, let's put a bunch of nitro boxes somewhere and just give you 3 masks. I guess we want you to feel powerful. But with that, we have reached 91%. We have the 25 of the 30 routes in the game in total. Seeing all our powers. Missing 10 gems, those are all bonus level gems. 8 sapphires, 13 golds, and 4 platinums. That's what we end with. But we still got roughly 5 to 10 minutes left to straight, so let's take a sneak peek at the bonus levels. Let's start with nighttime. As far as I'm aware, you shouldn't need golds and platinums for Wrath of Cortex, because I don't believe that they give you a bonus gem for getting all golds in this game like they do in Crash 3. And surprise, surprise, this is a darkness level. But it doesn't work in this version because it's messed up. We can get the relic right away, but we're just going to play the level normally. Yeah, and these ones are just not numbered for some reason. Like, they could be 26 through 30, but they're not. Okay, if you're gonna do that. Yeah, this level is literally just straight up the gauntlet with more obstacles. They actually proud on me for that. Honestly. That's actually playing on my level knowledge, because in the gauntlet, not the time it was just me not jumping for some reason, but in the actual level of the gauntlet, there are actual boxes down there you need to break. I am actually getting messed up by the Z-axis of all things. This level is... I remember this level taking the frame rate, but not this bad. It was like the one bonus level I actually played. Okay, I was like, when is the death plane gonna kick in? Because I can't actually get out of this because Coco can't double jump. Which means the smart thing is actually we should be going for the life. Which is why I did it again. Well, now that I've gotten the life, it's not gonna matter because now it's just gonna be a normal question mark box. So, now we're actually gonna move on because we can just get the mask and go. Or that can happen. What's a hitbox? This isn't a Vicarious Vision game, so I'm surprised I'm asking that question. And then I slipped. Also, shoutouts to there be no sound effects playing when you fall into the pit for some reason. Some of it is probably emulated, but I know for a fact some of it is also just the actual game. Oh look, we got used to the super belly flop, which is an alternate power-up. I don't know if it ever got as bad as the GameCube version, because I know the GameCube version is the one that has to deal with all the frame rate issues. I don't think the camera was supposed to work that way. Also, invincibility wearing off while I was inside the explosion, so technically I lost 2 masks for that. But a good run gets us both gems in one run. It's pretty good. Nice. I'm glad that's how it is. Also, looking at that time, why is it so weird? But, looking at time, I am just out of time for this, so we are going to save one last time. %. That's what we're at right now. And ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it. That's our stream. So next time we'll finish out the rest of the bonus levels. It'll probably be our last session, all things considered. Thank you. Thank you for sticking around too, by the way. Before we end things off, I am gonna find us a raid target. So yeah, we're getting pretty close. It's just the rest of the bonus levels we have to complete. getting all the relics and all the gems for that. So we're not too much that far off, but let's just go ahead and find us someone to raid. Who's on right now? Ah, out of people I know, we dude's on right now. I'm gonna send you guys his way because he's dealing with Project 06 right now, the new demo that just came out. So, do we have a raid missions for this? Couldn't think of anything that really came up as a raid hashtag. You know what? Since something dumb happened and I'm thinking about this right now, I am going to send you with let's do what's a hitbox, since that was kind of a thing at the end. And typical in Crash Fair, that's how it comes to be. So, that'll do it. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Next stream is Thursday. So, I think then we're actually going to end things out then. So, see you guys next time. Farewell.